Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us on Convergence, where we're bringing people, places together. I'm so glad to be here today. It's a wonderful day in Houston, Texas, and joining me in the studio today is Safe Diversity Communities, and they had a fabulous event just recently, and I was thrilled to be a part of it, as well as the other radio host with Afro Vibes, Sharon Jenkins. We were just thrilled and honored to be there, and who honored us was Miss Thelma Scott, the founder and chairman of Safe Diversity Communities. Thelma, thank you for joining us.
Oh, I'm just so honored today to have Mr. Freddie Jackson, one of our, one of our board members that has been doing great things in the community, and I'm so honored to have him with us today. He was also honored on June the 2nd, too, when we had our event, for all of the great things that he do and his passion for the students that we work with at the different schools and different school districts. Also, we have our little mentor, Miss Charmaine Jane. She hangs around with us to mentor the kids to not give up no matter what.
So I'm going to shift here and talk with you a little bit about safe diversity communities. And you tell me, how did you start? What brought you to this point?
Well, what brought me to this point, I just wanted to say the organization former name Barbara Jordan Endeavors. We changed the name last year. We wanted to focus on diversity and inclusion, because diversity is always around, but we don't do inclusive. And I'm just so honored. Just before the event, we had, as you interviewed, Mr. James Harris with HEB, which is our biggest sponsor every year. And he explained all that. And I hope that we'll be putting that on our website. And I want everyone to look at what he had to say about diversity and inclusion.
And I would say working with Thelma Scott has actually helped me realize that, because the students that she's bringing to HEB has shown that children do well. They kind of outperform some of their peer group, and they're able to do exactly what we ask them to do if given the opportunity.
It's not really, Marina, that people are discriminating against you. You just have to let them know and explain it to them. I serve on the board for Spring ISD, but it has never been anyone on the board to bring it to the forefront to ask them, because we always honor scholars. But when we have a mission says every child should have a solid foundation, that means every child. But it hasn't always included every child, because they only honor scholars, not a student with a disability. And this will be the first year, I'm so proud of my board, that we honored our first students with a disability. Mm-hmm. And it can do great things. It might take them longer, but they can do great things just like the scholars. It's just going to take them longer. So now we're just honored to say we are now inclusive.
Yeah.
That means we include every child.
The event was on June 2nd this year, and we recognized some students, and they received scholarships, and some of the performances were by the students themselves.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And you've been doing a lot of work. How long have you been in existence?
This is our 18th year.
18th?
18th year working with this organization without any funding. We only operate off of donations or sponsorship. So the program has really done a lot of things, but the most important year is this 18th year, is because all of the students, we're honoring 12 students with scholarships. Those 12 students and their families was devastated by Hurricane Harvey. Some of these families are still living in hotels. One of our students and his mom been in and out of the hospital because they're living in their house with mold. They don't have anywhere else to go. So we try to honor those families on that, to make them feel good, to give them a day of celebration.
You know, you've got a lot of activities going on throughout the year. Right. Tell us a little bit about what some of the activities are.
What's been so important this year, starting January, every first Saturday we have a workshop. So we've had 5 workshops. But during those workshops, we have changed so many lives of the people that's been a part of, that's in the Greensboro, just in around the area. Mm-hmm. We work with Helping Hands during that time, and they would, after our workshop, they would provide a food truck for everybody just can go and load their cart with food. And also We have had an awesome 5 months. We've helped a lot of families. We've helped a lady to pay her rent that was getting evicted out of her apartment. We've helped a lady to get a car to go back and foster work. And we also helped one lady that was being evicted out of a hotel. She just got to the hospital from being there from suicide or trying to commit suicide.
Wow.
So our programs has did a lot of work that getting the word out. It's awareness to get the word out. We had a lot of vendors every month. We had different vendors that come provide information to help the people rebuild their lives after Hurricane Harvey. So that's why the gala that we had was so important. We was able to help people rebuild their lives on that day.
Me and Ms. Scott had always helped out the Congresswoman, Sheila Jackson Lee, for her toys for children every year for Christmas. And Ms. Scott had her organization going. I had my organization going. And I guess it's kind of like we just turned around and we just walked into each other. And so we just kind of came together so that some of the things that I was doing was going to be helpful to some of the students that she already had impacted. And so I saw where I could come in and make a difference with the students and in the schools. And so we got to talking, and I got to seeing the things that the students was doing. And I was telling Ms. Scott, I say, well, you know, these kids have unique abilities. They can do stuff I can't do, you know, and some of the other people that I know.
Yeah.
I'm just elated to be a part of Save Diversities along with Ms. Scott because she's doing some things that I like to do. So it's not really like work. You know, when you're doing things that you like to do, it just falls into place. And I already was a community activist anyway. And so I just brought all of my fortunes over along with her, and we just made Save Diversities grow.